Good morning, I'm in the cockpit of the BMW X5. I've just pulled up at the garage and today we're going to get the BMW X5 winter ready to drive out to the French Alps in about 5 days' time. So we're going to do things like check all of the legal requirements for driving out in France and in Switzerland as well, because I will be crossing the borders between the ski resorts from France and Switzerland. So I need to make sure we're going to be legal in both countries. We're going to be fitting up the X5 with the winter wheel and tyre setup. I'm going to be checking all of the fluids, oil, coolant, brake fluid, transmission fluid, everything like that, just to make sure it is going to get us there and back completely safe. This is the BMW X5 in question. It's a 2005 E53 X5. It's a 3-litre turbo diesel M57 engine, putting out 218 horsepower. And it's got everything you need in it to be a great motorway cruiser. It's automatic, it's got heated seats, heated steering wheel, cruise control, and a massive fuel tank. When we drove this out to the French Alps in the summer, we got there on 1 tank of fuel and still had plenty left over. Now let's crack on and get some stuff done. These are the winter wheels that are going to be going on the X5. They've got Continental winter contact tyres on them in a 255 55/18 as opposed to the 20s that are currently on there. Currently we've got 275 40/20 on the front, 315 35/20 on the rear, but we're going to go same size all round for these as it's a winter tyre setup on these 18-inch BMW wheels. People keep asking me, what's the main difference between winter tyres and summer tyres? The main difference is the rubber compound. It's designed to operate better below 7 degrees Celsius, which means when you're driving in those kind of temperatures or lower than that, the rubber stays more supple, grippier, softer, rather than summer tyres where the rubber compound can go a bit hard, which means you'll lose grip. I've already checked all the pressures of these to make sure that they're holding air correctly and topped them up to the right recommended tyre pressure for the winter tyre setup. And I've also spun them up on the wheel balancer and rebalanced all 4 wheels just to make sure that we're not going to have any wheel vibrations or wheel wobbles while we're driving out in the mountains, because that would not be ideal. We don't want to be driving around the mountain like... And what's most important, especially if you're going to the French Alps, it might be law in other countries as well, but especially in France, you need to have the 3-peak mountain snowflake symbol on the tyres for them to be legally usable in the mountains. So the X5 is already up on the 4-post ramp. We're going to get these out there and get them fitted up onto the car. And this is what happens with cars, right? Stuff never goes according to plan. I was supposed to be able to just come over here today, pop the wheels on, check the fluids and everything like that, and then it was good to go for winter. But what has happened is I've taken the near side front wheel off and we've got a split CV boot, which isn't good. It needs to be changed if we're driving it out to France and back. So I crack on and start taking it apart. So the arms I've already unbolted all the arms. They come off pretty easy. But what I've got to do is I've got to take the main hub nut off, and then the boot behind here, I've got to get that off, drop the drive shaft out this end, and then put the new boot kit on, which is on its way out from Motor Parts Direct. They had both variants in stock and a stretchy one. So I've got 3 variants, so definitely one of them's going to fit. And then we can get back to just getting everything ready like we were supposed to do today. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1. Trust me, that hurt. Oh, my skin, lovely. Ow. That was close, that could have been a lot worse. So I've got a track rod in the boot, so I figured while I'm here, and I've got to take it off anyway, I might as well do it because it's a little bit loosey-goosey. So that's the new track rod end all fitted up and ready to go. Oh, and there was quite a bit of hammering involved. And that's the old drive shaft gaiter off. I hate doing these. They're always full of grease, so you get absolutely filthy. What does get to happen now is we get to use the CV boot structure tool. So this, we put this over, we put the boot on there like that, and we put the airline in, press the button, it's going to go and expand out, and then that will go over the drive shaft, and then we fill it up with grease, put it all back together. And that's the new drive shaft gaiter on there. All fully fitted, clips done up, perfect. So we can now get back to bolting the wheels on and be done with this. Give it a little spin to make sure it's not catching on anything. And just as I've started to bolt the wheels up, the winter wheels, I bolted the one on here on the offside front, and I was like, that's a little bit wobbly. Something's not quite right there. And the whole hub's wobbly. And it turns out this bottom arm's gone as well. So Motor Parts Direct are coming through with the goods. They've got one out on the road for me now. It's a couple of bolts out, get it fitted up, job done. It's still way more than what I expected to do today, but I'm just gonna get it done, and then that way I won't have to worry about it tomorrow, and we won't have to worry about anything going wrong when we're in France. That's quick. Motor Parts Direct, saving my butt with a Febby Bilstein lower arm. Thank you very much for getting that out super quick. There we are, got that off. That's the old worn one, and this is the new one from Febby Bilstein. Oh, right, that's the bottom arm done. Now I can put the wheels on and then align it up. Do you know what? Now the winter wheels are on, they actually look all right. Of course, they don't look as good as the 20s. For winter wheels and tyres, they look great. They're actually a wheel that's off an E53 X5, which is the later version. So I've had to use some 74.1 to 72.6 centering rings just to make sure they sit on the hub correctly. So finally, I've got that lower arm done. I've done the track rod end. I've done that CV boot. I've bolted the winter wheels on. And now all I've got to do is the wheel alignment, check the fluids and the tyre pressures, and then we're good to go. I don't know if you can see, look how cold it is here. That's how cold it is in this workshop. It's freezing. For something that should have been an hour job, I've been here, what's the time? 7 hours. Should come undone when we need to adjust it pretty easily. And this gives you an idea on how well the alignment's going so far. We've got to get the fire out. You see that? We've got that absolutely glowing hot, and now it's going to come undone. Lovely. That's what we needed. It has honestly been one of those days. I'm just packing up now. It's just about to go 7 p.m. I got here at about 10 a.m. to bolt a set of wheels on and check some fluids, and I'm still here at 7 p.m. We've got everything done. That was the drive shaft boot, the lower arm, the track rod end, putting the wheels on, checking all the fluids and everything, ready for winter. That was just insane, and just goes to prove exactly what can happen with cars. You know, I've come in prepared to do a basic job, taken a wheel off and gone, oh, problem. But we've got it fixed. Even if it did take a bit of fire, we've got it fixed and it's done, and I'm ready to go home and have some dinner. That's what can happen with cars sometimes, you know. You go over thinking, oh, I'm going to do one simple little thing, and it ends up being a load of other stuff that you just did not bargain for. And that's what's happened to me today. I've gone over there to bolt some winter wheels on, check my fluid, check my oil, check my tyre pressures, stuff like that. Just basic stuff. I was going to wash the car as well inside and out. I haven't had time to do that. So I'll have to do that tomorrow or whenever I've got time. If I don't have time for that, it's not a big deal. I should have been there for like an hour tops, maybe 2 at a push if I decide to stop for a coffee or whatever. Never mind, it's all done. The car feels like it's driving great, which is brilliant. So if you are driving out to France at all for the ski season, here's a few bits you need to have on you when driving at all times. You need your driving license, your passport, you need proof of insurance. So that's a printed out insurance certificate to prove that you are insured. You need your V5C, so that's your logbook document for the car. That needs to be with you at all times as well. You need a UCAN GB sticker on the car. Sometimes they can be on the edge of your number plate. Other things you can do, if it's not on your number plate, you can get a magnet or a sticker to stick actually on the back of your vehicle, but you need that as well. You also need a high-vis jacket. That's one for each person in the car. So if there's 4 of you in the car, you need 4 high-vis jackets in the car. You need a warning triangle in case you break down. Most cars, to be fair, have those as standard now in with the spare wheel and things like that. If you're driving up into the French Alps, you do need winter tyres on your car between November and March. And you can tell if they're the correct spec of winter tyre if it's got the 3-peak mountain snowflake symbol on it, like this. 2 other things you need to be aware of when driving out there: they drive on the right-hand side of the road, not on the left. And also they use kilometres per hour, not miles per hour like we do here in the UK. So just be aware of those 2 things as well. Very, very important. I seem to be doing these little infill videos now way too often. So as you can see, doing things on the X5 didn't quite go according to plan. So what it means is I haven't had as much time to edit again this week as I would like to have had, which means unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to roll over to the next video, which is now gonna be in January, because I'm gonna have a little break for Christmas, spend a bit of time with family, friends, things like that, and I'm going skiing. We will have loads more content for the TTS. We'll have some winter road trip content in the X5. There's a couple of other cars that I need to introduce to the channel very soon, which I'm super excited about. One which I literally bought last week, so that is very exciting. Thank you so much to everyone that likes, subscribes, shares, all of that stuff. It really does help. If you've got any friends, family, or anyone that's into cars, please get them to subscribe. It really helps me out, honestly. Thank you so much. See you next time, back in January, JP on Cars. Have a good new year. See you later.